What up, all? Total Control 871. A very under the weather. Total Control 871. I don't feel good. Uh, we're gonna see if this vlog achieves escape velocity. That's just how bad and how bad I feel today. But apparently Memorial Day is the day. I guess that's Depression Day, right? That's PTSD Day. Memorial Day is PTSD Day, and I'm not mocking that. I'm like totally validating that shit. Yeah. So PTSD. All right. So my father, my father, Charles Dunbar Sr., Sergeant, U.S. Army. When my sister and I were little children, we would climb up on his lap. He'd be out on a swing bench. They were popular in the early years. Florida porch, a porch swing. That's what I'm trying to say. I told you I'm not feeling well today. The mind is sludge mind. So you've got your sludge mind warning. And he'd be, laid out on the old bench, basically drunk, passed out, or whatever. My sister and I, we'd climb up on, and we'd pat his belly. Daddy, Daddy, tell us the story again. My father's abdomen was covered in scars from exploded shrapnel. There was a grenade that went off, Korean War vet, and Korean War vet. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend to understand the vets, what they go through, what they continue to go through. A fucking bomb exploded in your face, basically. That's definitely going to leave a scar. On my father's death certificate, he died a few years ago, about maybe 3 years ago. It says natural causes, small bowel obstruction. What was that obstruction? I'm not entirely clear as to how much of the shrapnel remained inside of my father. Or was it just the scar tissue from it? Inflammation? I'm not a doctor, so I can't really speak in definitive terms. He, what was he? It was it was either 82 or 84 when he died. My pop, he lied to get into the service early. He went at 16, so he went at 16. So that's how he got in. But to be either 82 or 84, with his drinking habit, he given his diet, given his everything, he got farther than you think. Farther than you think. I suppose today is. I have no idea what I'm going to call this. I don't know if it's going to. I don't think it's going to be exclusively a Memorial Day episode, or if you want to call it that, or whatever. I don't know. I'll figure that shit out later. But I just want to give a little bit of redemption to my father. My father and I did not get along. There was no shortage of strife and conflict, and he was very cruel to my sister. It will forever be my fervent belief that my father was the predicate of my sister's psychological breakdown. But I am today looking to redeem my father a little bit. the man suffered from PTSD and he self-medicated with alcohol. So that's what happened with my father. And like I said, I never really I would have liked to have had a better relationship with him. Um, Relationship period. Really didn't have a relationship. But I don't necessarily regret that. I just wish that I wish he would have treated my sister better. But I do understand that he himself was struggling. He was struggling. So to all of our fallen vets out there, you know, this one's definitely for you. This is your day. Uh, Thank you for your service. I guess I don't know how that comes off. If you guys like hearing that or don't like hearing it, I really don't know. Um, I wish I could have joined, but today's not really about me, or at least this part of the blog isn't about me. All right, guys. Got the Black Rider out. Still a little shopping. $11 an hour. Too little, too late. I think when I worked here in the mid 90s, 94, 95, it was maybe seven something an hour, which was like $2 more than $2 more. Or was it six? All I know is that it was about $6, $7 an hour, and on Sundays, if you work Sunday, you got $1 more per hour. You know, $11 an hour. This is futile. $15 an hour is futile. You know, by the time 15 rolls in, it will be as useless as today's $9 or $10 an hour. So useless. Pretty flowers though. Yep, summer's here, all right. Twin packs are wiped out. Guess I'm rolling with a single today. Guess what I did? I bought a fan. Not to be too presumptuous. And man, it looks like they sold out quick too. Um, Not to be too presumptuous. The place still isn't set in stone, meaning we still haven't got the security deposit money, so we'll see. We'll see. I have been eyeballing these suckers for a while, but what I could afford is too fucking loud, and what's quiet, I can't afford. And this monster, Jesus. Yeah, I don't really have a need for nothing that powerful. On the plus side though, super expensive. They can be networked together, you know, in case I would need added power later down the road. But Christ Almighty, that's like $1,100 freaking dollars. But hopefully, I won't need these. We'll see. Actually, if the place works out, because I don't want to buy anything too big and too expensive until I've been there, got the feel for the place, are things working out? So before I go buying big expensive things, I just want to check in on the place, see if I like it. But I might end up getting a generator. I mean, power outages do happen, So, storms have been getting worse, So, just because I have my own place, hopefully, then doesn't necessarily rule out the need for a generator. Man, I tell you, my everything hurts. You know, I forgot if what I grabbed this morning was the last roll or not, but it's not like you can have too much of the stuff. You know, somebody was doing some sort of a story or a study. Caffeine and depression, anxiety. I have no idea how much truth there is to that, because quite frankly, when I don't have it is when I freak the hell out. So I've been doing a pretty good job of staying away from the chips. We'll get the regular size, not party or family or whatever it is that they're calling it to make you feel better about eating a gigantic bag of chips.
Are you going to eat those? I don't want to get a big box.
I discovered something on YouTube the other day. Something called mukbang, not to be confused with the pronunciation mukbang, but mukbang. And something avocado, I forget the guy's name, but apparently he's like this super duper, hold on, I gotta lean. He's this dude and he eats like large quantities of food, and apparently he garners millions and millions of views while he consumes these fantastic feasts that are elevated and presented to the viewing audience. I watched a couple. I didn't quite get it. He doesn't hide the purpose of the channel, that it is there for people to get their own food and to eat with them. So lonely eaters and probably maybe some other social, psychological issues might also be at play about why a person would gravitate to such a video. And and he's very joyous and boisterous as he's eating. Like, one of the things that I watched him do is, like, he'll eat and he'll throw his napkins up in the air, balled up napkins. He's very consciously and deliberately creating a narrative or a scene or whatever you want to call it. It's a party. Food is a party, and we're here to eat it and enjoy it. And oh, you, the viewer, you're here with me, and we're just gonna, engage in our vice together. Interesting. Long story, but I did live in a couple of crack houses in my younger years, and one of the things that I couldn't help but notice is that the drug addict, no matter what they'd have to do to get their drug, lie, cheat, steal. I've seen drug addicts play very dangerous games with drug dealers, swapping their drugs, their little baggies or whatnot. I was like 19 at the time. I'm oblivious and shit. I myself didn't realize just how close, how in peril my own life was. That's what I'm trying to say. They could have easily shot up the entire public housing. She had free rent. Anyway, but yeah, the point, I was going somewhere with that. No matter what she'd have to do to get her drugs, whether buy it or cheat and steal to get it, she would always pinch off a little bit and try to offer her crack cocaine to me. either in the rock form or the powder form. And what I was able to surmise from that was that drug addicts, they're not content with just simply utilizing the drug, but they also want you to do it with them. It's a shared experience, much like our mukbang. It's a shared experience over a shared addiction. You are my friend. I never knew it till then. Food. Why is it our friend? We see it used for self-medicating purposes all throughout society. When suffering the loss of a loved one at funerals, there's food. The wake, the repast, or whatever it is that it's called in your particular culture. Weddings, again, a sumptuous feast is served. Food becomes the epicenter of the gathering. Have you even noticed news anchors, morning shows, evening shows, people gathered at a desk discussing an issue? They might not have a spread out in front of them, but they at least have either a CNN mug or a MSNBC or a Fox News mug. At the very least, a beverage in front of you, and it's, you know, a shared, something that is shared, that is eaten together, eaten or drunk together. Food. So many use it for purposes of self-medicating, for soothing, for coping with anxiety, and yes, that is why I am having the Patti LaBelle fucking peach cobbler. I feel extremely bad today, and I will be self-medicating with that. I would love to tell you that I'm going to break that up and eat that in 2 or 3 days' time, but I'm pretty certain, if I'm being honest with myself, the bulk of that is going to be consumed in one sitting. Depression, anxiety, and of course, even though food is always offered as a means to soothe and to placate a distraught individual, it is one of the first things that obese people are criticized about. Your eating habits are disgusting, you're disgusting, and yet still, you, the criticizer, will still, at some point in your life, offer food as a means of either self-medicating or medicating another. You understand what I'm saying? So that's where we're at. Let's see. I've got dessert. I've gotten a beverage. I've got a couple of necessities that I'll need for camp. Dinner. What am I having for dinner? What time is it now? What time is it now? It's almost 7. So yeah, I guess this would be the dinner hour. I can tell you right now, I am so fucking sick of this food. Oh my God. Just so sick of it. When I eat it, I don't even necessarily taste the food. It's like whatever that's been done to it to preserve it for so long, that's what I'm tasting. What am I having tonight? I just don't know. Check out the way they package it. Baked with love. Love. they're literally telling you this food product, you know, they're communicating to you the love that you lack in your life, the relationships that you lack in your life, you know. For all that you lack, there's food. All right, guys. I think that's gonna be about it for Walmart. I think what I'm gonna have for sit my broke down body down. Whoa, that feels, woo, that feels so much better. I think what I'm gonna have is I'm gonna see if I can get a rotisserie chicken at the supermarket. They might be gone though. I didn't realize how late it was, and this is Memorial Day. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this. I'm going to upload it here, and I'll either go to a supermarket to get a rotisserie chicken. That's why I got my bread. That's baked with love. I have myself some rotisserie chicken sandwiches for dinner tonight, and hopefully they'll be there. And yeah, I gotta get about 4 bags of ice. Oh, Christ almighty. Our ice, baby. Let's see. I can zoom. Ice, baby. It's the 274 is the price of the styrofoam containers on top. The ice itself is $1.57.6, something like that. Need about 4 bags of that. One of the things that I need to do for getting security deposit money is I need to write a hardship letter that basically itemizes everything that I spend my disability on. Living homeless is not cheap by any means whatsoever. Literally, that ice bill is the equivalent of a pack of cigarettes, almost, every day, so it's very expensive keeping my foods refrigerated. And of course, the trade-off is to not buy ice, not buy perishable items, and therefore go to the cafes, the fast food places, and you can't win, So here I can buy a pack of bacon for $3, and your dozen of eggs for a couple bucks, and from that, that's breakfast for almost a week, man. Bacon, eggs, and the hamburger buns are only 67 cents. So that's my bacon, egg, and cheese. I guess $2 for your cheese, your sliced cheese packets. Ziploc packets. So for under $10, I can give myself breakfast for a week. However, it's going to have to be refrigerated for that long, and that's the catch-22 that so many homeless fall into. So yeah, there you go. I'm gonna grab, as soon as this is done uploading, I'll grab my ice. Otherwise, it'll just sit there and melt. So grab the ice, shoot over to the market, get myself a chicken, and then boogie on home. I don't know. Thanks for listening, guys. You guys, you sit there. What time have I got? It's 20-something. Sorry. Allow me to say this as I close out this Memorial Day issue. I want to thank all of my subscribers for being kind enough for granting me an audience. I know you don't have to do it, and I thank you for that. I try to give you content that is authentic. It's definitely unfiltered. I'm just a homeless dude with a couple of cameras working off of free Wi-Fi. So The channel is not monetized. For any of the newer subscribers who don't know, it's not monetized. I don't do this for money or financial gain. I just try to educate the masses as best as I can on the daily exploits of the homeless, and hopefully you can learn something from that. So that's our Memorial Shopping Day episode. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, thanks for all your help and support, and thanks to the to all of our men and women who served and paid the ultimate price. Total Control 871.